Hello, everybody. Scott Golden here with the World Class Championship Wrestling Review Series for April 30th, 1988. And they're setting up Texas Stadium in a few weeks here. Michael Hayes and Terry Gordy open the show brawling in the back. They brawl all the way around. Wrestlers come out to break them up. They actually try to brawl out into the parking lot or somewhere, and nothing really gets settled there. Gordy makes his way out and calls out Michael Hayes. The brawl continues into the ring in the attempted first match of the day, and obviously Hayes and Gordy, former Freebirds for several years, tag team champions, six-man tag team champions, Michael and Gordy, really a big deal, and must have been a blast to be in there fighting each other. They fight into the crowd. Several wrestlers come to try to break it up. It does not work. And I mean, it's total chaos. Bob Bradley and Sean Simpson are in your next match. Obviously, Bradley, enhancement talent, who is doing notably well. Simpson, of course, young former multi-time light heavyweight champion. Several shots here. Bradley takes over early. No wasted motion by Simpson. Cross body actually overshoots his man 1-2 and a kick out. Doesn't get all he wants on that, but gets enough to at least take his opponent down for a while. But again, another interference shot. Bob Bradley backs off as Tatum and Victory go to town on Simpson. Not really anything other than a really angle-heavy show here. Black Bart joins back up with Akbar. I feel like they've been together before. He is setting up to go against Wild Bill Irwin. That's coming, most likely at Texas Stadium. Bart, who is called BB here, buys Handor Akbar. Akbar in again. Killer Brooks and Wild Bill Irwin, interesting there. Not really sure who's supposed to be the babyface in this one. I would assume we're talking about Wild Bill being the babyface, although at this point in Texas, things are getting a little blurry, so to speak. Brooks is not happy with his situation. He's trying to take his adversary out as quickly and efficiently as he can. Several attempted chokes, several attempted shots, and an Irish whip. Leapfrog by Wild Bill hits the pump kick on Killer Tim Brooks, and 1, 2, and 3 gets a victory off the pump kick. Obviously, a good way for Bill to go into his match with Black Bart in the future. Tatum and Victory talking about wanting to be double tag team champions and put both belts, the Wild West belt specifically, on the line at Texas Stadium against the Simpsons, unifying the belts. It seems like a big thing at the time. Obviously, Wild West pretty well gone out of business, at least I think by this point. They were opposition to World Class. I don't think that helped Fritz's mindset anyway. The Hood and DJ Peterson. Peterson, a guy who spend some time in the AWA, spend some time in other places, and really, really basic stuff, arm drags and the like by Peterson. Peterson, not particularly a guy who I would say is super well liked by the fans, but he's respected. Hood trying to use a combination of just punch kick and some martial arts because he's under a mask, and everyone who's under a mask does martial arts, at least at this time period. Tries to break things down quite a bit, and, kind of the double axe handle and the like, and Hood tries to choke the man out, tries to get every illegal advantage he can, and eventually we see a victory for DJ Peterson, and that's surprising. Frank Dusick, who's now a member of the board of directors, complains about the brawling between Hayes and Gordy, says they've got to settle up their stuff on their own time. Then we move to Mike George and Masachono. Yes, that Masachono of Japanese fame versus Mike Reed and Jeff Rance. Um, really basic match. The idea here to give Chono an opportunity. Of course, Japanese lore at the time was to send talents over to gain U.S. experience. That's done with the Dragon or I think the Black Dragon, Magic Dragon, something like that. Drop kick there by Rand and actually loses the man on a body slam. The man in this case being Mike George. Obviously, Chono's not going to get lost on a body slam, even if he's brand new, because the Japanese trainers would not be a fan of this. Chono here to get some shine, but also get some Americanized experience. And, he actually, I believe, goes to a couple of territories while he's stateside. Really good striker. He is deliberate. He does a lot of posturing, posing, and attention getting, double teamed by George and Chono. Really weak clothesline. George comes back in with a vertical suplex. Surprised to see that Chono is not taking the majority of the match. You would think that's the way it would go. Anyway, so, Jeff Rads is not going very well. Mike George not going to do terribly much better here either. And again, these programs at this particular time, shorter matches and more interview segments. Spin wheel kick by Chono basically gets a tag off to Mike George. Not sure why he doesn't go for the cover there. A international star using a martial arts move, and then Mike George follows up with a win for the team with a back suplex. I think the impact of the international star getting the pinfall victory, visual pinfall, would have been a better move there. Simpson brothers have words for Tatum and Victory. Basically, the Simpsons don't like Tatum and Victory interfering, so they're going to put him in his place, etc. and so forth. Real simple in that way. Kerry Von Erich up with the next promo. Says it's been signed for Texas Stadium that he and Iceman King Parsons will do battle for the World Championship. Kerry talks about being 18 months on the shelf. Talks about not wanting to waste any more time. Talks about wanting to be the world champion of not only the world but of Texas and represent Texas and his family well. Main event: Buddy Roberts and Iceman King Parsons versus Steve Simpson and Kerry Von Erich. Simpson and Kerry might be out there for the first time together. Just an interesting combination, at least to me. Iceman King Parsons out there causing as much trouble as he can. Kerry Von Erich. Certainly Kerry doesn't look his best. I would not say here, but he's doing his best. They go to commercial, they come back, and the tag match is underway. They've got about 8 minutes or so before they're out of television time for the week. Buddy Roberts gets cranked on by Kerry Von Erich. Obviously, Roberts and Von Erich have a history with the Freebird thing. Von Erich fights back up from underneath, as is to be expected. We kind of see with 5 or so minutes left in the match, the heel stomping around on the outside, Iceman Parsons and Kerry Von Erich going at it a bit here. They are set for Texas Stadium, as we all know, and arm ringers by Kerry bring the Freebird member, Buddy Roberts, the original member, back into the ring. Parsons takes over on Steve Simpson. Double axe handle to the top of the skull there. And it's interesting because Kerry takes the majority of the match. I think they're still trying to get Kerry over to that next level, especially knowing what's coming for him in the months to come. 2 count, and out the back door is Simpson. And tag off to Roberts. Roberts does everything he can do without, becoming a major nuisance. The babyfaces win, though, because the heels dump Simpson over the top rope, double team on Carrie, and the babyfaces clean house before winning the lion's share of the match. Anyway, that will close April, and until next time, keep your feet on the ground, your mind in the moment. Until next time, everybody.